Welcome back to another episode of Savvy Suppers. If you're new around here, I go to the shops and I spend under 50 New Zealand dollars and I make dinner for 2 to 3 people and you have leftovers for your lunch. Sounds pretty unbelievable, doesn't it? But I promise you, it is possible. With the price of groceries just going up and up and up at the moment, and there looks like there is going to be no stopping them, I'm here to show you that you can make every dollar count without eating boring food at home. This is all my shopping for today, and I did it in my local New World here in New Zealand, and the bill came to $44.90. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe because these come around every few weeks and there's already another 10 weeks. So let's get into these Savvy Suppers because I tell you what, we're going around the world and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So first up is some spicy prawn noodles. They're fast and perfect for a weeknight dinner. Although I do have one little confession. These sesame seeds were not on my shopping list, but if you go to the website you can see that they were only $2, so it would have meant my shopping came in at $46. I forgot them at the shop. It's why it's so important that you make a list before you go so you don't forget things or come out with stuff that you don't need. But having said that, let's get into this first dinner because I tell you what, I'm salivating and I've not even made it yet. Welcome back to Savvy Suppers. If you're new around here, I go to the supermarket, I spend under $50 and I make 3 dinners for 2 to 3 people, and you always have leftovers for your lunch. With the price of groceries going up and up and up here in New Zealand, let's make every dollar count without eating boring food. And today's shopping came in at $44.90, and I literally still can't believe that that included some prawns. So let's get into dinner one of the week, and we're making some spicy prawn noodles that are gonna become your weeknight go-to. These noodles are so fast to make, it's ridiculous. Defrost some prawns, get some water on your noodles, then we've got to make the sauce. We are going to be using some ready crushed chilli, sesame seeds and a few pantry staples, and even if you didn't have them, this will still be absolutely banging. The full recipe for this dish can be found on my website. Pat dry your defrosted prawns and cut them up into little bits. It's a great way to make them go a little bit further. This dish is so fast to cook. Saute off your prawns and cabbage, boil your noodles, then mix it all together, and 15 minutes after you started your dinner, these spicy prawn noodles are ready on the plate. A little hint of chilli with them succulent sweet prawns, and you'll have plenty of leftovers for your lunch. Make sure you hit that follow button so you don't miss out on dinner 2 of the week. They really are so good and totally customizable to whatever you've got. Soy, Chinese spice, some chili crunch, whatever you've got in your pantry, you can add on in. You want it more spicy? Add more chili. As always with these Savvy Supper dinners, if you've got something you really love to put in, add it in. These are just a great suggestion and can show you that you don't need a lot to make something delicious to eat. But having said that, let's get on to the next dinner. So now is dinner 2. We are making a delicious dahl, and this is the perfect recipe to use up any sad, lonely vegetables that you've got hanging around in your fridge which need to be cooked. So let's get into this delicious dahl and flatbreads. Welcome back to Savvy Suppers. This is dinner 2 of the week, and if you're new around here, I go to the shops and I spend under $50. I make 3 dinners for 2 to 3 people and have leftovers for your lunch. And with the price of groceries being absolutely through the roof here in New Zealand, it's the perfect time to learn how to make delicious dinners for under $50. So let's get into dinner 2. Lentil dahl really is a great way to eat nutritious food that's kind on your wallet. And the spice for this dahl is left over from our last Savvy Suppers. And as I said for this, it's a great way to use up any sad veggies you might have in the fridge. Look at the state of these 2. Savvy Suppers is all about showing you that you can eat delicious food on a budget. And while your dahl finishes to cook, we'll make some fast flatbreads. Flour, salt and water. A beautiful midweek feast that uses up some ingredients you might have had. Perfect for these cold autumn days. This second dinner of the week, completely different from dinner 1. Not only will you have leftovers for your lunch, but maybe even some for the freezer. Delicious dahl, fast flatbreads, and a fried egg. Make sure to follow along so you don't miss out on our final Friday night banger. Yum. This is a great way to use up any of them sad veggies you've got hanging around in the fridge, because let's be honest, we all end up with them. Lentils are such a great thing to eat because they fill you up and are nutritious. Packing it full of veggies, even if it was that bag of frozen veggies you had in the freezer. Once it's all cooked down and them lentils are done, this is such a versatile dinner. You really can make it your own, and also a great meal to make in batch. Put it in the freezer and you've got a fast meal ready to go when you need something quick, nutritious and delicious. But having said all that, it's time to get on to this last savvy supper of the week. And this last dish is inspired by your Friday night takeaway, but this will save you $1 and probably tastes more delicious than what you might get at the shop. So let's get into that last dinner of the week. Welcome back to Savvy Suppers, where I go to the shop and I spend under 50 New Zealand dollars to make dinner for 2 to 3 people for 3 nights of the week. With the cost of groceries going up here in NZ, let's make every dollar count. And it's the third dinner of the week. It's Friday night, and what could say Friday night more than a banging prawn pizza? Oh my god, I didn't get the prawns out. So like any good pizza, we need to get the dough made first, and that needs a little bit of time to rest. This is how chefs work. You make the thing that takes the longest first. It sounds obvious, but so often not done in kitchens at home. So let's make this dough, and I like to sit it in the oven with the light on for that little bit of extra warmth while it rises. Dice up your onion, saute it off, reduce your can of tomatoes, easy as. By the time it cooks down to a nice thick sauce, the dough should be ready to go. Chop up and marinate our prawns. And the very last thing to finish off this Friday night feast is a cabbage and apple slaw. The dough has doubled. This is such a nice, soft, pillowy dough, and off it goes to cook. Don't forget, if you're looking for any of these recipes, you can find them all on my website. And 15 minutes later, this focaccia-style pizza is ready to eat. This third and final dinner of our $44 shop really is a Friday night win. I mean, who doesn't love pizza? And give us a follow so you never miss another Savvy Suppers again. Them prawns are yum. And so there we go, that's it. Oh my god, honestly, this pizza, that dough is so good. You could see when I made it, it was actually like super soft, almost like focaccia vibes, but a very, very soft dough. But what it means is you get a lovely little airy crust, and honestly, just an absolutely sensational taste. And this, with that little salad, what a treat. That's the last meal from this $44.09 shop, and what an absolute win it's been. We've gone around the world, from Asia to India to Italy, and we haven't had to buy any extra ingredients, some of which we already had from other Savvy Suppers, and we used up a bit of old veg from the fridge. When you have a system in place that means you can do things like this, you can get the most out of your food budget. And if you're interested in stuff like that, make sure you head to my website where you can find all the recipes for these 3 dishes, and even maybe a wait list for the Savvy Suppers system. I'm not quite sure if that's what it's called yet, but it hopefully will be coming your way soon. That's it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I'll see you all soon. But for now, it's me and my pizza. And time to go and have a little sit down on the couch. See you later. Lovely dots. Bye.